or before you start, Mr. Shaskelson, it is witness F. It has just been brought to my attention that some people find difficulty hearing everything you're saying. I don't know whether perhaps you should pull the mic closer to you. Maybe please do that, and we will then assess the situation. Witness F.
Yeah, thank you very much, commissioners. I think maybe one thing that may be not to be here clearly. I'm coming down with flu. I'm asking for the mercy of the commissioner that maybe I consult with the practitioner maybe around 2 or 3, but if the commission allows, so that maybe when I come tomorrow, I must be of good assistance. It's incredible.
Let's try to stick it out until 4 instead of the 6 I mentioned yesterday. Witness F, how's that? 4 p.m., please. And then you
Can I try my luck?
I'm sorry?
Can I try my luck, my honorable commissioners, that maybe at least 3 o'clock, so that I know the doctors, most of them, they close around 4. From where I am to Potchefstroom, it will take maybe 2.5 hours. That will give maybe ample time. Thank you, commissioners.
Is that in order, Mr. Shaskelson, Mr. Ngwato?
2:45, Chair. 4. 2:45. I don't think we are going to finish this witness today. I think
yes.
if he needs to get to a doctor, I think we should accommodate him.
No, we're just thinking if we would be able to stick it out until 2:45, perhaps 1:30 then, and then we adjourn for the day.
Indeed, Chair. I mean,
Yes.
it makes sense not to take an hour's lunch break and come back for 45 minutes.
For 45 minutes. Yeah, Mr. Ngwato will probably say, but I stuck it out for far longer than that. All right, thank you. Thank you. I'm talking about yesterday, Mr. Ngwato. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Shaskelson.
Witness, if I understood your evidence correctly, and I fear I might be one of the people who hasn't been hearing so well. Did I understand that you were out on a private ride on the weekend, and then you got this call that you had to come and bring your bike back, pick up a car, and go and effect the arrest of Mr. Khawula?
That's correct, Commissioner.
Because the date that you sent the warrant of arrest to Mr. Khawula, Mr. Matlala, and now I've lost my place. It was the 21st of October, 2024, on page 53, chat 1. You see that?
That's correct.
And I've just looked at the calendar on my computer, and the 21st of October 2024 was actually a Monday. So you couldn't have been out on a ride on the weekend, you would have been on duty.
Thank you, Commissioners. it was on the weekend. I remember. Because where we were supposed to arrest Mr. Khawula, it was on an event where you were supposed to come and perform. So I still maintain that it was on a weekend.
That may well have been so, but the date that you sent the warrant of arrest to Mr. Matlala was a Monday. It was 12:46 on a Monday, not on the weekend. So if indeed you were asked to urgently to cancel your ride and pick up a state car to go and arrest Mr. Khumalo on a weekend.
Mr. Khawula.
Mr. Khawula, I'm sorry. Mr. Khawula, that wasn't the day that you sent the warrant to Mr. Matlala.
Okay. Can I just confirm with my calendar now? Can I just confirm with my calendar now? So that I must hear out explanation with that effect. Okay. Thank you, commissioners. It might have been a human error from my side that I've said I might have sent it on Saturday. Meanwhile, I sent it on Monday. But I confirm that during that operation, it was on a Saturday. So I might have maybe mistakenly said I sent it immediately.
But if the operation was on a Saturday, there would be no point sending a copy of the warrant of arrest to Mr. Matlala on the Monday if you intended to send it to him so that he could assist on the operation. So what I'm putting to you is that your intention in sending the warrant to Mr. Matlala was another intention, a different intention.
Witness F, are you still with us? If you are, please
I'm
respond.
still with you, Commissioner.
Please respond.
That's not correct. That's not correct.
Witness F, I don't want to take it further. I've put my proposition to you.
I would like to take it further. Witness F, you say that you were instructed this is urgent and you need to execute it immediately. So, and you say that you executed this operation it was a weekend and you had to stop what you were doing. So according to the calendar, if the warrant is sent to Mr. Matlala on a Monday, it must mean that you would have executed the operation on the previous Saturday then, the Saturday preceding the Monday, right? It must be so. If you acted on this urgently, am I correct?
Correct.
Yes. So according to the calendar, the Saturday was the 19th, the 20th was the Sunday. You say it was a Saturday when you got this urgent instruction. So what is being put to you is that if you executed the operation on the 19th, but you only send the warrant to Mr. Matlala on the 21st, it could not have been so that he assists you. because you were going to act on this. You already acted on this on the 19th. That's what is being put to you and suggested, that you would have then sent it on the 21st for a different reason because you've already executed this agent instruction on the weekend. So when you say that's not correct, when you say that's not correct, can you just explain that?
Commissioners, I did not send. Okay, let me explain. One, on that day when the operation was conducted, we did not find Mr. Khawula. Two, I've sent this warrant to Mr. Matlala because, according to him, wherever he goes, usually he sees Mr. Khawula. So it was user-friendly for him. When he sees him, he executes the warrant, called the nearest police station, or called me. That was what I was doing.
Okay, so when you execute, you say when you executed on the weekend this agent instruction, you did not find Mr. Khawula on the weekend, on the Saturday.
That's correct.
Okay, and then, but then at that point you had not informed Mr. Matlala, right? You hadn't shared the warrant with him. Because you only share it on the 21st. The answer is yes. We can see from the WhatsApp messages that, yes. So you sent it only on the Monday after you failed, according to you, to execute the warrant on the Saturday. When next did you go to execute the warrant, and did you go with Mr. Matlala if you didn't execute it on the 19th?
I did not execute the warrant with Mr. Matlala. The warrant was executed in KZN by other policemen there.
Okay. So Mr. Matlala never got to give you the assistance that you say you were seeking from him in the execution of this warrant? It never happened.
That's correct, commissioners. Please. Okay, let me just stop it there. That's correct, Commissioner.
Okay. Now, this Sergeant Zungu, it's someone, I think you explained that you know him. I think he's close to you. How did you describe him? Why him?
I describe him because he's staying nearer to my place, and he is, or he was, the police official available at that time. But on arrival to the venue where we were going together, myself and Zulu, we were joined by a mountain trekking team.
Sorry, you were joined by?
Mountain trekking team, other officials, mountain trekking team.
So you did not need Captain Zungu?
Are you saying trekking team? Sorry. Trekking team. Are you saying trekking team, witness F?
That's correct, trekking team. To come to the point of my Honorable Commissioner, I did need Captain Zoom, because at that time, receiving that instruction, I was alone. So there was no way that I could go alone there, because I did not even know that we will be joined, or I will be joined by the trekking team.
So who called the trekking team to come and help you if you did not know that you were going to be assisted by the trekking team?
I assume it was Brigadier Bamama.
Who called them to come and assist you? Witness F?
I'm listening, Commissioner.
You say you assumed it was Brigadier Ramangwa that called them to come assist you.
That's correct, Commissioner.
You have other SEPS members on your telephone. Why didn't you get any one of them who was on duty? Because officers were on duty.
I don't understand your question, Commissioner.
My question is, it's a Saturday or whenever you got this warrant, there are SAPS officers on duty always. Why did you not call them instead of calling a member of the Hawks to come and assist you?
At that time, I did not take him as a member of the Hawks. I was just taking him as a colleague who was within my vicinity of residence at that time.
Okay. And what is the name of Captain Zungu? The first name? Of this Captain Zungu that lives near you that you have on your phone?
Thank you, Commissioners. Who's that guy? It's Fallen.
You say that again?
It's Fallen.
Faleni.
That's correct, Commissioner.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chaskotson.
Sorry, Mr. Chaskotson. Yes. Witness F, so it's clear from what you've said thus far that as at Saturday, is it, you already had the warrant in your hand, or not?
It was sent telephonically to me, Commissioner.
On the Saturday.
Yes, Commissioner.
Now I want you to have a look, and the warrant was issued by a magistrate, correct?
Yes, Commissioner.
And the state at the foot of the warrant would be the stamp of the magistrate's court where the warrant was issued, correct?
That's correct.
And please read out the date on the date stamp there.
It's the 21.
Which month and which year?
The 10th, 2024.
21 October 2024. And that's the date.
That's correct.
Yes, and that's the date Mr. Shaskalson said was a Monday, correct?
That's correct.
So you could not already have had this warrant as at Saturday, correct?
That's correct, Commissioners.
All right. I will move on and ask this. We have, or rather you had a Hawks officer, you had the Gauteng tracking team. What risk or danger did Mr. Khawula pose? Why did you need all these people to effect an arrest?
Thank you, Commissioners. According to me, because I've communicated prior to Brigadier Ramangwa that I don't have manpower or crew at that time. So I assume that he phoned the tracking team because the tracking team was user-friendly to him. He was most of the cases he was using the tracking team. So I assume that he sent the tracking team there because according to him, I was going alone because this is what I said to him, that I don't have any crew. However, when I found Captain Zulu, I did not go back to Brigadier Ramangwa and inform him that I found the crew.
All right,
So I assume.
Oh, please continue, please finish.
I assume that he sent that tracking team because he was of the opinion that I was still alone.
Well, I will suggest to you that you are being untruthful for two reasons. One, you could not have needed the assistance of Mr. Matlala's entity if there was already someone from the Hawks and also the Gauteng tracking team to assist in effecting the arrest. So it just didn't make sense at all to also require Mr. Matlala's firm or entity to assist you. That's the first reason. The second reason is that this warrant was issued on 21 October 2024. So you did not have it over the weekend when you say you wanted Mr. Matlala to assist you in effecting the arrest. You are simply being untruthful. What's your comment?
Thank you, commissioners. Maybe is the way I put it that makes it sound a bit cocky or skew, or it might be maybe the language barrier subjected to be I don't know how to put it in a better way. I did not send this warrant commissioner to Mr. Matlala to help me on that day. I sent this warrant to Mr. Matlala for him, wherever he sees Mr. Khawula, he must effect the arrest.
All right. Assistance, my point still stands, even if the nature of the assistance was what you say it was. My point still stands, especially with regard to the days, the Saturday and the Monday. My point still stands. Do you accept that? Do you accept that or not?
The commissioner is asking that I'm accepting that I've been untruthful or not.
Yes, I'm saying you say that the arrest was meant to be effected on the Saturday. Am I correct? Which is what even disrupted your biking event. So I say you are being untruthful because this warrant was only issued on the Monday following the Saturday. So you could not have effected any arrest and using this warrant because it was simply not in existence. So that's why I'm saying you are being untruthful. It's a very simple point.
Thank you, commissioners. I'm not trying to hide or waste the commissioner's time. I think when I come across of something of this nature, of this warrant, I'll be in a very clear position to tell you on really what because I know I came across it in the same fact that is in my position. But I will check and confirm and come back to the commissioner. Not that I'm avoiding the question that is been true, or am I telling the truth or the lie? So can just reserve it, maybe put it aside for now. Then I'll communicate at the later stage when I find something to communicate about that.
Yes, Mr. Chairperson.
Before you do that, you can just sit on this warrant. Witness F, you say that you send the warrant to Mr. Matlala so that when he sees Mr. Khawula, he can arrest him because you were told they go to the same places, right?
That's correct.
Is Mr. Matlala a peace officer?
No, it's not, Commissioners.
Okay, so this warrant instructs peace officers to arrest Mr. Khawula when they see him. On what basis would you have sent this to Mr. Matlala with the expectation that he would arrest when he sees Mr. Khawula? Because this warrant doesn't authorize a civilian to do that.
Thank you, Commissioners. I'm sending him on the basis of when he sees him, he must just hold him there, a citizen arrest, then call the police and present such warrant to the police. And say, I've arrested this person, here is the warrant. Because on those bases, Commissioners.
You accept that this warrant itself, that you send to him so that he arrests him when he sees him, you accept that on the face of it, this warrant does not authorize Mr. Matlala to arrest Mr. Khawula. And I can read it for you under the second part of it, in the second part of it, with the heading warrant of arrest. It says to all peace officers authorized to execute warrants of arrest. That's what the warrant says on the face of it. Can you accept that on the face of it, he doesn't have the authority because he's not a peace officer? It's really a simple. It's simple what I'm presenting to you. You just need to read the document which is in front of you, and then it says what it says. You can't change that.
That's correct, Commissioner.
So on the face of this document, he doesn't have the authority. Now, if you were giving him this document to effect an arrest, you were basically asking him to do something that's not authorized by the warrant, and therefore that is unlawful.
I tend to differ with the view of the Commissioner. According to my understanding, when the warrant of arrest is being issued, or according to me, a peace officer, it refers to a senior person like a captain or colonel, that is a peace officer, according to my understanding.
So Mr. Matlala is a peace officer, according to your understanding. I thought we agreed he's not a peace officer. Mr. Witness F? If you insist, let me put this to you. If you insist that Mr. Matlala is a peace officer authorized by this warrant to effect an arrest, then I think your superiors should be very worried if you insist he's a peace officer. So I'm asking you again, do you accept that this warrant doesn't authorize Mr. Matlala to effect an arrest because he's not a peace officer? Can you accept that at least?
I accept that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Now, earlier on when you were describing the pressure that you were put under in relation to the execution of this warrant, you mentioned that the deputy minister had pressurized General Sibiya because the two people who had allegedly been insulted by Musa Khawula were the Fikile Mbulula and someone called Z. And you said that you didn't know Z's surname. You recall that?
Yes, I recall.
Have you ever communicated with Z?
Yes, I did.
When did you communicate with Z?
I'm not quite sure, but I do communicate with him.
But you don't know his surname.
That's correct.
Can you give us a general description of who he is so that we can maybe suggest a surname to you?
I don't know. I don't know about that. What kind of description does the commission require?
Well, I'm trying to pin down who the Z is who had the political power to to mobilize yourself on a weekend and a hawk to go and arrest Mr. Khawula. So any detail about Z that you can give us?
I don't know any that I can give to the commissioner.
Is it possible that his surname is Umalo?
I'm not sure, commissioners.
So you don't know who the complainant in this case of Musa Khawula is?
The complainants, according to my knowledge or information, there were two complainants. It was Z and it was Mr. Mbalula.
And in what context did you speak to Z?
Can you repeat that? I'm not sure if I understand you better.
In what context did you speak to Z? Because you said you had spoken to Z. What was the situation that caused you to speak to Z?
I know him.
So you know him, but you don't know his... So sorry, I apologize. Please continue.
It's someone that I know.
You know him, but you don't know his name.
I know him as Z.
And how do you know him?
I know him as a businessman.
And where did you meet him?
I can't exactly remember where did I met him. I can't remember. I'm just trying to remember where I met him for the first time. But I can confirm that I know him for quite some time. And the other thing again, he used to come there by the house of Mr. Msibi.
Sorry, by the house of Mr.?
Msibi.
And do you have his phone number?
That's correct.
I'm not going to ask you to give it to us, but maybe you can give it to your attorney who can then give it to us. Can I just in finishing this, this topic, take you to page 137. And if you go to 137, you'll see in chat number 4, General Sibiya forwards you a message, and the forwarded message is, "Good evening, Brigadier. He's in Santon cells from yesterday." Date is 11th of January 2025 at 21:21:37, and that's followed up by another message that General Sibiya sends to you. "This is Musa Khawula. The team has safely detained him in Santon from KZN." And then there's some thank you emojis. So, as you earlier indicated, Mr. Khawula was actually detained in KZN and held and then brought up to be held in Santon cells. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And your response to the general is, "Did Z call you? I just spoke to him yesterday and gave him your number." You see that?
That's correct.
What did you speak to Z about?
I can't remember clearly, Commissioner.
Why would you give Z General Sibiya's number?
He might have requested them.
You see, what it looks like to me is that we know from the messages forwarded to you by General Sibiya that yesterday, in other words, the 10th of January, was the day Mr. Khawula was arrested. And you spoke to Z yesterday and gave him General Sibiya's number. And it looks to me that the most likely reason for speaking to Z on the 10th of January was to inform him that Musa Khawula has now been arrested. And you gave him General Sibiya's number so that he could thank General Sibiya for arresting the person he wanted arrested. Does that make sense?
I can't comment on that, Commissioner.
All right. I now propose to move over to a different topic. But before I do, I want to come back to something that I should have taken up with you when we were talking about Mr. Matlala earlier. You mentioned a series of generals who Mr. Matlala would come to meet at police headquarters, or who you saw him coming to meet. And one of them was General Fani. Is that F-A-N-I?
I think so, Commissioner.
And General Fani is in charge of police procurement, is he not?
That's correct.
And he sat on the committee that awarded the tender to Mr. Matlala, did he not?
That's correct.
Thank you. Can we then, staying with the theme of Mr. Matlala, go to page 271 of the bundle? Do you have it?
Yes, I have it.
And there at the start of the page, General Sibiya forwards to you a message that he has received from a journalist. And the message reads as follows. Hi, General. And sorry, the date is the 22nd of December, 2024. The time is 12:50. The message reads, Hi, General. My apologies for the break in protocol and the direct approach, but it is an important matter, and trying to understand which spokesperson is on duty will only serve to delay us. I need to afford you right of response regarding a story which will be published tomorrow. It is based on an urgent court application brought by Vusimuzi Matlala and his company, Cat VIP Protection. Mr. Matlala names you in his court documents specifically that he was questioned on whether or not he knew you. He said he did, and that you gave permission organized that his X-ray machines be stored and used at the SAPS College. Important context is that his company, Medicare 24 Tswani District, recently was awarded a SAPS health services tender. Technically, court documents are protected speech, but I reach out to you anyway to see if you want to respond. Feel free to do so via the spokesperson. I can accommodate this up until 9 p.m. tonight. I'll also send you relevant excerpts of his court documents. So that comes from a journalist looking at the record of what was published when I suspect that that was Mr. Wicks, Jeff Wicks. I may be wrong.
Yes.
Oh, it was Jeff Wicks. Is that correct?
Commissioner, sorry, can I just get a confirmation of a page? I've got page 281.
271.
271.
Now, that is forwarded to you by General Sibiya, and he also forwards you the extract from the affidavit which the journalist has sent to him, and that you can find at the annexure bundle, page 133. And this is Mr. Matlala on oath in court, or in court papers. And he says,
Sorry again. The page
133, annexure bundle. And he says at page 133, in the bedroom, the police officer started to question me, asking who I knew in the police service, to which I answered that I know a lot of officers as they are my clients. The police officers then asked me if I know General Khan or General Sibiya, to which I answered that I know General Sibiya, as he gave me permission to use the hospital at SAPS College, Pretoria West, to conduct the medicals of the new recruits. So that was what Mr. Matlala had said in his affidavit. And Mr. Wicks, or we assume it was Mr. Wicks, was asking for your for General Sibiya's comment on that. General Sibiya forwards that to you. Why would he forward it to you?
According to me, or my understanding, it was meant for me to forward it to CatMatlala.
But why would you forward it to CatMatlala? General Sibiya knew that that was what CatMatlala had said under oath in court papers. Why would it be necessary to forward it to CatMatlala? The journalist wasn't asking for CatMatlala's response, he was asking for General Sibiya's response.
This is what I assume it was meant for. Maybe to forward it to him, or to know what is Vusi Matlala is saying about him in a court document. I just assume that.
You see, your response to it was to send 3 thinking face emojis back to General Sibiya, and that suggests to me that what you were saying is, how are we going to respond to this? How are we going to deal with this? What's your comment on that? You'll see those thinking face emojis at chat number 3 at 1302.
That's correct. I can't be putting myself on General Sibiya's shoes because I was not part and parcel of this tender nor his dealings with Mr. Matlala. Therefore, I cannot say, or in this emoji, as they are seen here, showing somebody thinking that, how are we going to do with this? No, I was just sending these emojis as they are, but not that I had an interest in this tender. Thank you, Commissioner.
Well, let's see how the exchange unfolds. At 13:02, you've sent these 3 thinking face emojis. At 13:12, in chat number 4, you call General Sibiya and you have a conversation with him. After you've had that conversation, if you go to page 73,
Annexures, Mr. Chair.
no, the same evidence bundle, but this is now the CatMatlala chats. Do you see chat number 2? You've had your chat with General Sibiya on page 271 at 13:12. What you then do is you call Mr. Matlala at 13:16. You have a conversation with him. Then if you go back to page 271, at 13:22, you have another conversation with General Sibiya. Then let's go back to page 73. At chat number 3, 13:25, you call Mr. Matlala again. So it seems to me that what's happening is that General Sibiya is upset that his name has been mentioned by CatMatlala because thus far he hasn't wanted it to be public, that he has a relationship with CatMatlala. And he and you are speaking to CatMatlala. He's speaking to CatMatlala through you about how CatMatlala is going to clean up the mess that he's created by suggesting that he has a relationship with General Sibiya, and by saying that in sworn papers in the High Court. How this proceeds, you've now had the to and fro of calls. 13:12, you call General Sibiya. 13:16, you call CatMatlala. 13:22, you call General Sibiya. 13:25, you call CatMatlala. 13:26, you call General Sibiya. That you'll see at page 272. 13:26, chat number 1. And after all of this toing and froing, Mr. Matlala gives you something in writing, which is going to be his first step at fudging the relationship with General Sibiya. He says, I wanted to do medicals in Pretoria. Brigadier Bokaba told me to get permission from the National Commissioner, and at the time, General Sibiya was the acting National Commissioner. That's 13:36. You call him back immediately at 13:36, and then again at 13:39. That's chats 4 and 6. Sorry, chats 5 and 6. Then at 15:23, he messages you, can you take a call? At 18:36, he tries calling you again. He calls you again.
Witness F, you confirm all of these, Chairs, eh?
I confirm, Commissioners.
And then over the page 74, he forwards you an article, not an article, he forwards you a message that he has sent to his attorneys in an effort to clean up the mess that he created with his first statement disclosing a relationship with General Sibiya. He says to his attorneys, there's a news article regarding a certain general in SAPS whom they're trying to associate with me. In our court application, I said I was told to ask him to grant us permission to utilize the hospital inside the Pretoria West SAPS College from a certain brigadier. The reason they referred me to him is because at the time he was acting National Commissioner. Is there a way we can rectify this statement? Because now it looks like I'm very close with him, and he's even doing favors for me. And somehow that will compromise his reputation, and now they're publishing the story tomorrow on News 24. That's Mr. Matlala's message to his attorneys. Now he says, now it looks like I'm very close with him, but of course he was very close with General Sibiya. He'd been going to private celebrations at General Sibiya's house, isn't that so? This is the 22nd of December 2024 that he writes this to his attorneys. You'll recall that the function that he attended with yourself and General Shibiri and the Thanksgiving celebration was, I think it was September 2024, 3 months previously. So he was close to General Sibiya at this stage, was he not?
Witness F, please respond.
Oh, I thought you was the commissioner. I thought the commissioner was still releasing evidence.
No, what?
Yes, I confirm all the charge.
You say you confirm all this? I didn't quite get you. The question was, do you accept that as at the time of this chat number 1 at page 74, Mr. Matlala was quite close to General Sibiya, and Mr. Chaskalson wanted you to confirm that?
Confirm.
And the following chat is a chat that he sends to you to explain the previous stat. He says, please forward this to him. I asked my lawyers to rectify that mistake. So he's explaining that this previous message was a message to his lawyers. He's asking them to rectify the mistake that creates the impression that he and General Sibiya is close, which he doesn't want the world to know, even though it's true. And then the next chat that he sends to you the following minute is actually a screenshot of his message to his attorneys. And that is in the annexure bundle at page 23. And the attorney, if we go to annexure bundle 23, the attorney asks Mr. Matlala, how do you want to rectify the statement? And he responds to say that the brigadier who's in charge of recruitment from SAPS suggested that I ask permission from the National Commissioner to utilize the hospital, which is inside SAPS training college, to conduct medicals for new recruits. And by that time, General Sibiya was acting as National Commissioner. So that's how I knew of him that day, because his name was mentioned to me once, not that he gave me permission to use the hospital. The attorney responds, okay, I follow, I understand. Then Cat says, Mr. Matlala says in chat 4, immediately after sending the screenshot of his conversation with his attorney, please show him. In other words, please show General Sibiya. And if we go to 272, we see that that's what you do. So at 20:43 that night, you forward all of your correspondence with Mr. Matlala to General Sibiya, starting with chat number 2. There's a news article regarding a certain general in SAPS whom they're trying to associate with me in our court application. We've seen that chat before. Please forward this to him. I asked my lawyers to rectify that mistake. Then there's the screenshot that gets forwarded, that you forward to General Sibiya, and you also forward Mr. Matlala's message, please show him. So what I want to put to you coming out of all of this is that Mr. Matlala said something which was essentially truthful in his affidavit in the Pretoria High Court, namely that he had a relationship with General Sibiya. General Sibiya did not want it publicly known that Mr. Matlala had a relationship with him. So he spoke to you to get Mr. Matlala to obfuscate that fact. He did that despite the fact that Mr. Matlala had such a close relationship with him that he was invited to private Thanksgiving functions at General Sibiya's house. And under pressure from General Sibiya, communicated through you, Mr. Matlala then fudged what he had said in his affidavit so as to obfuscate the relationship that he had with General Sibiya. What's your comment on that?
I agree.
Can we then go back to page 74? Because what we then see is Mr. Matlala's follow-up. The very next day, and indeed the next message that he sends to you is chat number 5. And he says, please send picture of the card back and front. That's at 1811. At 1839, there is a call from Mr. Matlala to you, and over the page, chat number 1 on page 75, there's a call back from you. At 1847, there is the photograph of you, there are 2 photographs of you holding the Luxo African Brands credit card or debit card, and they appear at Annexure Bundle 24 and 25, Annexure Bundle 24 and 25. Do you see them at Annexure Bundle 24 and 25?
I see it, Commissioners.
And these Luxo African Brand Investments is a company of Mr. Matlala, and the card is a card issued in Mr. Matlala's name.
That's correct, Commissioners.
And he wants a picture of you holding the card front and back, the front and back of the card. Do you confirm that that was his requirement of you?
He wanted a picture of the card front and back. I confirm, Commissioner.
Can we see how you dealt with this in your witness statement? For that, we need to go to the statement bundle, page 1. And there you say, paragraph 5,
Sorry, you said page 1.
it is page 1 of the statement bundle. The statement bundle.
The witness statement.
Witness statement bundle. It's one of the files that it's a small file that you will have.
No, I don't have that.
Your client's statement, Mr. Ngwan.
Do note and realize what he's talking about, but it is not on the paginated bundle here.
Not the paginated bundle.
It's a standalone affidavit. It's your client's statement. Surely you must have it somewhere.
I have it somewhere, but it's not on page 1.
Please, all right, please get it wherever it is then.
Thank you, Commissioner. I have it.
There you say, on the 23rd day of December 2024, I found that Mr. Vusimuzi CatMatlala left his Luxor African Brand Investments business gold card in the jet ski boat of Mr. Msibi. I then notified him that he left such bank card in the jet ski. The only time I used the above averred card was when Mr. Vusimuzi CatMatlala requested me to use the said bank card to withdraw money to use to purchase the material to refurbish his boat and jet ski. I also bought the jet ski service kit through it on his request. That was done before the 23rd December 2024. Can't recall the dates on which such transactions were made. Is there anything you want to add to that at this point? That was what you put in your witness statement?
I don't exactly follow you, Commissioner.
Well, let me ask a couple of questions then. What refurbishment did Mr. Matlala need for his boat and his jet ski? What was the refurbishment that was necessary?
A jet ski cover, the seats, and some rubbers underneath the hull.
Of the jet ski? Sorry, I interrupted you. So you were just talking about ballast under the hull. Was that of the jet ski or the boat?
That's correct. And in addition to that...
Sorry, witness, it was a question of the jet ski or of the boat?
Both the jet ski and the boat.
Both?
Yes.
And you were going on to say something else in relation to the jet ski?
The jet ski did not belong to him. The jet ski belonged to Mr. Msibi. However, it was in his possession for quite some time, and he stored it not covered, not on a shelter. So as a result, it got a bit or quite number of scratches, and the sun burned the seats. So it had to be refurbished.
So when you speak in the statement of material to refurbish his boat and jet ski, what you really meant was to refurbish his boat and Mr. Msibi's jet ski that had been in his possession for some time.
That's correct.
And is this the same jet ski in which you found the bank card?
That's correct.
And then you talk about the jet ski service kit that you used the card to purchase as well.
That's correct.
And can I clarify, did you, when you say you purchased the jet ski service kit with the card, was that, did you withdraw cash on the card and then use the cash to buy the service kit? Or did you actually pay over the counter on the card for the service kit?
I withdrew the cash.
And who did you buy the service kit from?
In Marine and Harbor, RTBS, the boat shop.
And are they based in Hartbeespoort?
That's correct, Commissioners.
And the material that you needed, the ballast and the like, for refurbishing his boat, where did you buy that?
In Maraba Stad, where they're selling things for carpentry and leather.
And did you do the refurbishment at the same time, or were there two separate refurbishment jobs that you had to do? Separated in time?
Thank you, Commissioners. I think they were separated.
So at one stage you had to, Mr. Matlala asked you to refurbish his boat, and at another stage he asked you to refurbish Mr. Msibi's jet ski that he had in his possession.
Yes, and at one stage I had to buy batteries for both boat and jet ski because of they've been standing for quite some time. As a result, the batteries got flat.
And the batteries, where would you have bought the batteries from?
I bought the batteries from a bikers rally in Polokwane. The reason being, not per se, the reason being a jet ski battery is the same as a bike battery. The sizes are the same. So I bought that when I was at the rally.
And would that have been paid for in cash? Or would you have
That's
used...
correct.
And would you have used the bank card to draw the cash in Polokwane?
That's correct.
So how long did you have access to this bank card for?
Not for a long time. But I remember after I purchased or I used the said bank card, it was in my possession without being used by me for quite some time.
But
The only time that I've ever used the card, it was when I was buying the said mentioned stuff. And I further confirmed that the card was only meant for those things mentioned.
sorry, the card was only meant for those expenses.
Yeah.
So Mr. Matlala gave you the card for your use, but only for that limited use of purchasing materials for fixing his boat. Yes, his boat and the jet ski that he was using from Mr. Msibi.
That's correct. Sorry, Commissioners, before you continue, I'm asking for 5-minute break. I'm pressed.
Let's adjourn and come back at